Hello everyone, you're on the Player Review channel. In this video, we'll talk in detail about the new flashback card for ALEXIS SANCHEZ, which costs approximately 200,000 coins, and why he has secured a spot in our squad. We'll also compare him with a bunch of similar cards and alternatives. So, Sanchez has a unique body type with a height of 169 centimeters. He has the explosive acceleration type and 5+4 for skill moves and weak foot. We recommend the Hunter chemistry style, as it's the most fitting option. Notable traits include Finesse Plus, Chip Shot, Power Shot, Pinged Pass, Rapid, First Touch Plus, Trickster, and Press Proven. In terms of roles, we highlight inside forward for the left winger position, as well as false 9 and advanced forward for a striker. Yes, Sanchez is meta, and the only major issue, aside from chemistry links, is his inconsistent speed boost, which often feels lacking in certain situations. As a result, it's hard for the Chilean to break away even into open space. However, as we mentioned earlier, the card has the Silver Rapid trait. This gives us better ball control at speed and makes maneuvering easier. Nevertheless, escaping opponents is still difficult, as Sanchez is often caught up too, but sometimes his decent strength and good balance help him out, leading to dangerous moments as seen in this play. Thanks to his body type and press proven, Sanchez avoids tackles more easily and, as a result, keeps possession of the ball more often. However, even he isn't immune to classic tackles from behind, especially against bigger central defenders like Konate. On the other hand, Sanchez has several well-crafted animations that allow him to better control the ball and avoid challenges. We'd like to highlight this moment, where the Chilean quickly switched the ball from one foot to the other, which made it easier to beat the opponent and score a goal. Actually, such a small moment might seem insignificant, but it's really important for understanding his level of ball control. The key feature of Sanchez isn't his sharpness like Foden or Messi, but rather his close ball control while moving slowly with the left stick. This control is enhanced by Press Proven, which suits his body type, allowing him to shield the ball better. He's slightly lacking in technical ability, although his movements on R1 are pleasant, plus L1 feels really nice too. This is useful when baiting opponents and accelerating into their space. However, as noted, his speed boost is indeed weak. Returning to dribbling, we should mention the importance of Golden First Touch, which allows you to enter dribbling immediately after receiving the ball. This works really well with Trickster, as you don't need to wait for the reception animation to end. You can instantly activate a fake shot and move into a shooting position. This combination of traits is absolutely indispensable in the opponent's penalty area, as it allows you to quickly change direction and confuse your opponent. By combining tricks with Trickster, you can achieve some really interesting results in the opponent's box, not to mention the usefulness of finesse shots. So you're sure to love Sanchez if you regularly use the entire skill set we mentioned. But remember, we'll talk about his alternatives later, and maybe you'll want to try someone else before completing his SBC. But let's get back to our hero and remind you that Trickster helps him pull off finesse shots better, which is especially useful for Golden Finesse. It's time to remind you about our corner kick setup with a cross from behind the penalty box, followed by a finesse shot into the far post. By the way, let us know how you take corner kicks nowadays. We honestly admit that Sanchez's finesse shots with his left foot don't fly very well. However, his right foot is almost perfect for these shots. So, it makes sense to use the Chilean as a left striker for a finesse shot with his strong right foot. That said, if you were wondering how Trivela works when playing as a right striker, as you can see, it works quite well. Speaking of finesse shots, let's not forget that Sanchez has the left winger position and the inside forward role, which is great for this type of shot. That being said, we wouldn't recommend using him in that position due to his lack of speed and explosive acceleration, which are really important for a wide player. Ideally, it's best to use the Chilean as a left striker in the role of advanced forward or even a false 9. You might think, well, how can he be a false 9? He doesn't have the passing traits for it. And on one hand, that's true, but on the other, as you can see, through balls with a first touch work well with him. Additionally, his silver ping pass allows him to make decent through balls for the runners, especially using the L1-R1 triangle combo. As you can see, there's even a bit of curve on these passes. Moving on to the conclusions, we can say that we got a truly great meta card with solid gameplay. The only downsides are chemistry links, weak speed boost, and lack of distance speed. And perhaps some might find the left stick a bit lacking, but that's subjective. That being said, everything else more than compensates for these weaknesses. Of course, assuming you regularly use finesse shots, skill moves, and Trickster. Also, if you enjoy players with close ball control and don't mind the slight lack of sharpness. Yes, Sanchez isn't perfect, and he probably won't last in your team forever. However, Electronic Arts rarely releases full meta cards that make us want to refresh our squad quickly. Still, this card is top tier for its price, so building him into your squad certainly won't be a mistake if you can link him well. The most important thing is that he's fun and enjoyable to play with, and that's worth a lot. But if you still have doubts, let's go through the alternatives. As you know, in EAFC 25, the rewards for the Weekend League are awesome, which means that the game has become much harder to play. Our boosters will help you to get the best rewards. Write in, because the number of spots is limited. And don't forget that we also sell coins at a cheap price. All links in the description. So, Di Natale reminds us most of Sanchez in terms of body type. If you don't use skill moves or Trickster, there's no reason to swap Di Natale for Sanchez. However, if you want a similar card with the advantages mentioned above, you could build him for chemistry links. Martinez plays almost the same on the left stick, but we would swap him for Sanchez to refresh our attack. Though honestly, you probably didn't even build Martinez. Harry Kane is a completely different type of player, so we wouldn't compare him with Sanchez, but if you're interested in his card, we do have a review on the channel. Otherwise, we choose Sanchez because of Trickster and skill moves. Smith also has Trickster, but she's 5-star weak foot instead of 5-star skill moves. However, her finesse shots are superior, so if you love finesse shots and need Trickster, this card is the better choice. Son is objectively better than Sanchez, especially in terms of speed. Plus, he has both Trickster and skill moves, plus Trivela just in case. The only downside is his rolls for a striker, but even with that issue, Son still outperforms Sanchez. If you need not only tricks and finesse shots, but also top tier speed and a great speed boost, then look at Shellen. She loses out to Sanchez in left stick control and doesn't have Trickster, but she's explosive and runs well on distance. We recommend trying her out if you were thinking about her. Let's not forget about these two options. If you're familiar with Dalglish, you know he's a cheap but solid alternative to any card with finesse shots. As for the Manchester City representative, she's a recent addition. However, based on her price, she doesn't seem to have been very well received. But it could be a chemistry issue. Let us know what you think if you've played with her. And how could we not mention our beloved Pedro Neto? Honestly, as soon as he gets his evolution, especially with skill moves, he's coming back into our squad, if not earlier. His card is still a beast and probably the most beloved among all budget SBC cards. As for Rogers, we talked about him recently, and he's more of a wide player or cam. Of course, he's much faster due to his lengthy acceleration type, but we'd still choose Sanchez as the more fun card and the one we're more familiar with. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments and we'll try to respond quickly. And if you want to see a comparison between Sanchez and the new Torres, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the upcoming review. We're giving Alexis Sanchez a rating of 8.9 for the quality of his card and remind you that detailed ratings will be posted tomorrow in our Twitter. For the price of the SBC, we're giving him a perfect 10. Thanks for watching till the end and see you in the next videos.